Motherfucker.
Okay, welcome to my garage. Today I'm just doing something a little bit different. I was actually having a look at everyone's got a chair for the computer. Mine is good, but after about an hour or just over an hour, you you really had enough of it. You want to get up and move. So I was having a look at the price of like computer chairs and gaming chairs and different things like that, and like I've had very similar chairs in the past. And from what I can look at, like some of them are like sort of between $200 and $500, and they really don't look like they're going to be that comfortable. And it doesn't look like they're actually going to last that long before the foam starts turning into shit, and it just gets uncomfortable again. So I thought, well, I might just make my own. So I went down to Pick Apart, which is just a automotive wreckers, and they happen to have a 50% off all their seats. So I went and ran around, sat in a lot of cars, had a look at the different seats, had a look at the way the brackets were mounted, if I had to do any welding or not, and that sort of thing. And yeah, I've actually come up with quite a good seat, I believe. So I'm just going to put it together and maybe give you a few ideas to do something similar yourself. But this is the seat I ended up with. It's out of a Chrysler Grand Voyager. It's actually one of the back seats, and there's a few reasons why I actually decided on this particular seat. Did look at a lot of other seats. I had a look at full electric seats. I was actually going to put just a power supply off a computer under it and get all the electrics working and that sort of thing. But yeah, when I was actually having a look, I could not just pass up on this seat. Apart from being in quite reasonable condition, just needs a bit of a clean. One bonus about this one is the fact you got the full captain's chair, so no need to worry about armrests there. They're all built in, good condition, ready to go. And the other thing is too, when I had a look at this one, well, number one, I didn't use any of the tools I used, but I'll turn this chair up in a second and I'll show you, actually just on the side here, if you have a look down here, now you can see here that it's actually a lot higher at the front and a lot lower at the back. And when I was looking, that's got a good slope on it there, and that's how my current chair sits. When you lean back, the rear end drops down, and that's what I find extremely comfortable. So I notice it's got the nice high front here and the low back. And the other thing is, if we tip this up, have a look under here, that's the release mechanism for the seat. This is all cast. So it's cast, and under here you've got your little mounts here, and I thought, well, that's cast, so I'm just going to drill a hole in there and drill holes in those ones, and that should be pretty close to what I want, and there's no real welding necessary. So I'm going to, of course, unbolt all this sort of stuff that I don't need. Okay, welcome back. Now, so what I did was, that seat there cost me $30, and that's because it was half price today, 50% off at the automotive wreckers. Now the other thing I wanted was good casters, because I don't know if you had the same problem as me, but you get your seat in the right position and it'd be perfect, and all you have to do is move it forward, that just 2 inches, just move it forward. As soon as you do that, bang, it goes to the right or goes to the left or something stupid. So I needed good quality casters. I wanted ball bearings in the casters. Now, when I went and priced the casters at my local Bunnings store, which is basically just a hardware store for anyone who hasn't heard of Bunnings, I looked at the price of casters, and for decent ball bearing casters, I thought they were a bit expensive. So I actually had a look, and yeah, like just for your lower end scale, just your real crappy stuff, you're looking around sort of $8 to $10 each, and then for the half decent ones, you're looking between $15 and $20 each, and I need 4 of them. So I wasn't about to spend $80 on casters, but one thing I did come up with was, I thought, well, I'm going to have to build a frame obviously for the bottom, I don't know whether it's going to be out of timber or maybe it's weld up some angle line or what, but then I come across this bad boy. Okay, this is a little dolly. It's rated for 300 kilos, so it says, but good quality casters. Bearings, full grease bearings in there. Wheels seem pretty good. Throw them down there, and you basically got a base pre-built for you for less than the price that it was going to cost me for the casters. So this here was $38. So, and I sort of eyed it up in Bunnings, and I hope it lines up with everything here, but it looks like it would. And because I thought I could have got a flat board for an extra $5, but I thought having the hollow board, apart from being cheap, you've also got these little kick pads on it as well. And I thought, depending on where I put the chair, they could actually come in handy. So what I plan on doing now is, I've got this sitting up here. Now, we don't need any of this sort of stuff here, so I'm going to just basically one bolt there and one bolt there, and we'll get rid of the hooks. And who knows, I might even use that for something else down the track. And these here, looks like it's got a fair old little hole in there already, but I may keep the rubber mount on there, or I might just take the rubber off altogether. But either way, it's going to have a hole drilled through the centre here, and yeah, so I can get down in here as well to get a nut and bolt in. So pretty basic, just 4 nuts and bolts to go to the dolly there, and yeah, a bit of a clean up and we should be in business. Now around this side, I've got the seat belt holder on, seat belt clip, so I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm just going to pull this side cover here off with just these bolts here, these little screws, take that off, get to this here, unbolt that, get rid of that, and then yeah, we'll clean it up and get some holes drilled in here and bolt it straight to the dolly there. And if you have a look, the dolly wheels, they're actually far enough back there, so yeah, wherever I mount it, it's going to be good. But I'm actually planning on having one of these here at the front. I'm going to have the seat as far back as I can without it actually falling back when I do recline, because I thought this here would make a good little foot mount if you wanted to. So if you want to have your legs up in a different position, you just put the feet up on that. So I'll get this other bits and pieces unbolted, and yeah, we'll be back. Update, I've removed the actual locking mechanism, and there is some good steel in that, so I may cut that up and use it for something else down the track. What I've done here, I've just taken the outside edge off. Now this seat belt here's got, yeah, I don't know where the hell they're really connected. I couldn't, the one bolt iron didn't actually hook up to it, so I wasn't too fussed, so I just cut that off without cutting the seat. And yeah, I really don't care about that, that'll be fine. And yeah, in here I just sort of hit this with a bit of grease and grime remover just to give it a bit of a clean up. Over here I want to give the outside plastics a bit of a clean up. I've got the cup holder which pops out underneath the seat, which is going to be handy. Won't hurt to have an extra cup holder on the seat. So that's pretty, looks pretty shitty at the moment, so I'll give that a bit of a scrub up before that goes back in. And yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the plastics back on the side after I give them a little quick scrub, and then we'll line our dolly up and see how big our holes we need in here, and we'll drill our holes in here, and then I'll position it in the dolly and see roughly where it's going to sit. Might even use the G-clamp just to hold on there for now. That way when I actually lay the seat right back, yeah, I don't really want it falling over on me, so we'll see how we go. Okay, welcome back. Progress so far. I've drilled a few holes in the wood. What I did was I actually I sat the chair on the little dolly for a start, just to see, because my original computer chair, where I was comfortable at, the back sat 400 high off the floor and the front sat 500 high. So I wanted to just put it on and measure it to make sure I had those similar measurements. Give or take 10 centimetres, it doesn't really matter, I mean 10 mil. But yeah, no, where I actually had it though, it was sitting absolutely perfect, so there's no need to put any spacers or any other timber in there to get a different angle. I eyed off pretty bloody good actually. Now all I've done with this is a dolly. What I've done is I've just hit it with a bit of black spray paint there. Just take that wood look out of it. Underneath I didn't worry about it because I mean I'm not going to be climbing underneath having a look at it, so yeah, that's it. So I just drilled 4 holes, as you can see, and now I'm just waiting for the paint to dry a little bit more, and then I'll bolt it up to the chair and make sure everything's all good. And the holes, they looked pretty close, so that's alright. And then we'll test it out, and then it's just a matter of getting a bit of carpet and upholstery cleaner onto the chair, and we're good to go. Nice, simple, quick, hopefully very comfortable build. Now we're back. Yeah, one good thing, because it's got a little strut here, the seat can jump up forward, which makes it real easy to get to your bolts down the bottom. So, because these ones here are easy to get to, this one here was a bit of a pain, so I thought I'll just get the first 3 and then lift it up, and then just tighten that last one up, and yeah, she should be ready to go. Just needs a bit of a clean now. I'll just bring this back down. Okay, we're down. So there's our computer chair now, and I had a look at yeah, that foot position's in a perfect spot, nice and solid. Armrests, we've got full tilt, no worries. And if we go all the way this way, I've actually got 2 cup holders and something else there. I mean, really, you could even use that for put between 2 couches for a drinks rest or whatever if you really wanted to. But I mean, this is just going to be a computer chair for myself. Yeah, so it looks all good, nice and rolly, easy to manoeuvre. We've got our cup holders in the side here, which are just to hold your drinks tight or whatever you need. So 2 cup holders right down the side of us, and yeah, so it was $30 for the chair, $38 for the dolly, a bit of spray paint I had kicking around the shed. So you go right out with it if you wanted to, but I really wasn't interested in it. I just whacked a bit of spray paint on for the hell of it. But that is actually the perfect angle that I like to sit on when I get on the computer. So that's what I mean, it come up to 400 high. This one's actually just over 400, and this one here is just over 500. So that's perfect, plus you got your built-in footrest now as well. Yeah, that should be really good now. I'll tell you what, that is pretty comfy and nice and easy to manoeuvre around. So if you just want to go forward a bit, straight forward. If you're not darting off left or right, it's just straight forward. Yep. Beautiful. So that's our under $70 computer chair, and it may not look the best, but I'll tell you right now, very, very comfortable. So yeah, I just, as I said, like for you wouldn't get a chair, computer chair that comfortable, let alone the fold-up armrests and the cup holders and all the rest of it. But you won't get a chair that computer chair that comfortable for under $100. I'll tell you that right now. So I'm not too fussed with looks. If I really wanted to go all out, I could actually like carpet the whole dolly. Just put a bit of speaker carpet around there and pretty it up really good. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be sitting hidden behind my computer desk anyway. So no worries. We'll see you on the next vid.